solutions by best-in-class facilities from the industry. Let us start today's session with our eminent speakers today. I would like to invite Mr. Sridhar Gampala, Chief Operating Officer, Agri App Private Limited. Sridhar sir has vast 25 years of experience in areas of sales, retail includes both offline and digital, business operations, finance, strategy, supply chain spreading agri inputs, and agri-tech industry. Out of 25 years, he has 16 years of experience in Coromandel International Private Limited as head supply chain. He has been instrumental in various turnkey projects on AgTech with skill sets of data analytics and business finance. Dr. Basu Genever, sir, would be joining at the end of the session to answer all our questions. I would now request Sridhar sir to address the participants on various business models with agri innovations. Over to you, sir.
So,
So you're not audible to us.
Am I audible?
yes, sir.
Yes,
Very
sir.
nice. Very nice. Good, good. So my screen is fine. Is viewable, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
can.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you very much. First, let me thank Agrimatrix for giving me this opportunity to interact with all of you and share my knowledge with my experience in various positions I held in Agri and Agri-Tech. So nice to see many participants, and I'm really excited to know that ATAL program is well designed to benefit many students whom really aspiring to get into good positions into agri-tech and agriculture. And also I see a lot of participants from the industry. I think I'm really honored to have discussion all of you. I have been given a topic on the business model innovation and from the startup point of view, especially opportunities in agriculture and agri-tech. So I have gone through the total content of the program. I think really I appreciate Agrimatrix by covering various things from artificial intelligence to agriculture opportunities to IoT and so on. Definitely many speakers would have already talked about agriculture and agri-tech challenges. So during my presentation, my focus will be more on business models. However, I will touch upon a few things on agriculture as well to create interest in the audience. Sharon, hope my screen is visible right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible, sir.
Good. So nice. Okay, guys. I'm Sridhar Gampala. I'm a president CEO of Agri App. Today, my MD is supposed to join this session due to some personal or official event. He could not join. However, he will join with all of you during the question answer session. Okay, right. We'll get into that. Of course, we'll take question and answers at the end if you guys have a few things. So I'll run my talk now, right? So okay. So my presentation covers broadly agriculture and ecosystem, agri-tech opportunity, startup and winning approaches, business model innovations, what business model innovation is required in agri-tech, what are the priorities for various stakeholders in business model innovation, and what is the way forward. So before that, just quick about my group. It is a car group. I will not take much time here. We have three companies. One is Creagen, a college campus started at Texas A&M University. It is a good startup. Now it is in the scale-up stage. Founder is Dr. Basavaraj. So interesting thing is Agri App, where I'm heading the business. which is the mobile application digital platform for all agriculture needs. And it's the downloads of 25 lakhs and rating with 4.2. And you guys can have a look. Orders more than 3 lakh orders. We have 8 lakh users. We have good technical tools to help the farmer. Rico Wines is a wine manufacturing. It is one of the group company. It is number one in Karnataka, and recently it got Best Wine Award in London competition as well. Of course, we have some Art of Agriculture Foundation to give back to the society. This is the broad this thing about Cargrow. So, okay. So, as you are aware, Indian agriculture importance and key challenges. Indian economy, the major contributor is agriculture with 16% to gross GDP, and 43% of Indian workforce work in agriculture. And many industries depend on this, not just farmers alone. We all depend on agriculture directly and indirectly. We are the world largest producer in many things. Second largest producer of rice, wheat, cotton, and sugarcane, and as you all know. So, and we are exports amounted to 2,84,000 crores, which need to be noted. We all feel that our agriculture is only domestically grown, but there is a good amount of exports we do from India. However, there is still big opportunity exist. And FDA also showing a lot of interest in it. Around 67,000 crores FDI has come into agriculture in between 2000 to 2019. So this is the importance of agriculture for India, and this is the recognition of agriculture of India around the globe. However, we all know there are key challenges, mainly lower yields, presence of numerous intermediated in the supply value chain, which is impacting farmer income, and limited access to technology, credit and marketplaces, and small and marginal farmers constitute 86% of our agriculture. So these are the few key challenges in Indian agriculture sector which are holding us back. So the India really agriculture need to grow up in the means. I think all our solutions should work on small and marginal farmers, and the solutions to solve the challenges of small and marginal farmers, and we need to be inclusive in the business process and transformation of agriculture. So this slide just will show you AgriTech ecosystem as a whole. I think it shows very clearly government is very active and supportive in making agriculture an interesting industry. With our PM objective to double the farmer incomes, we are seeing a lot of supportive initiatives. Say, for example, 1,000 crores startup seed fund is available. Doubling the farmer income is one of the key theme we took. 1 lakh crores agri infrastructure fund is available. Very interesting if some of you really wants to explore agri entrepreneurship. I think this fund is one of the interesting fund to use, which gives without any collateral, which support agri entrepreneurs. And finally, agri stack and data ecosystem is building. So these are the few things. If you see at the big picture level, you see here a lot of support from the government. And importantly, startups are the major players currently disrupting the industry. And also we have seen in the agriculture also, this trend was continuing, which is really encouraging. So what is the AgriTech opportunity, if you want to look at, okay? So what I'll say here, to transform the agriculture, definitely adoption of technology is important. You all would have heard AI now, you all have seen the experience, the ChatGPT disruption. I think this all AI tools really will help agriculture to take to the next level. Apart from that, IoTs, digital platforms, analytics, and ML, few things will really help make agriculture to digital agriculture. Agri-tech startups are highly encouraged and across the globe, and expecting estimated potential of 24 billion by 2025, with the penetration of 1%. So you see the big the scope which was not tapped in the AgriTech. So the key areas, if you see in AgriTech opportunity, definitely, especially input market linkages, improving yield through precision agriculture, digitizing the records, instituting the quality management traceability of the products, facilitating the output market linkage. These are the 5 areas we see important areas to transform the agriculture and the areas of focus where agri entrepreneurs and government and industry is working. So I wish to look at the opportunity size. We are expecting the estimated potential is 24 billion by 2025. So you see here there's a five areas. What I told in the previous slide. One is market linkages, precision agriculture, quality management and traceability, supply chain, and financial services. In that, supply chain is one of the biggest opportunity. Around 12 billion what we are seeing. And market linkage is 1.7, precision agriculture 3.4, traceability 3, and financial services the 4 billion. So the startups are really taking up in even agriculture, addressing various problem areas and providing the solutions. So you see here agri-tech startups in India. You see on all areas, you see some good companies which has done a good progress. IoT driven, marketplace e-distributors, farm inputs, where Dihat, AgroStar, where AgriApp is also working, precision agriculture, farmer advisory, finance and insurance, equipment leasing, meat delivery, crop quality, hybrid seeds. Every area, the startups have come up with the technology to disrupt the industry. You see here the pictorial, you see many companies, many companies you might not aware, but literally, really all startups are really working with the full face to support the farmer and disrupt the technology in agriculture. Okay, so I understand from agrimatics, there are many students and entrepreneurs who wish to know about startup ecosystem. So I would like to touch upon few things on even the startup. So the startup is all about, there are 3 questions everyone has to look at. What are the problems we need to identify? What are the solutions to the problem? Where from profits are coming? Startup is nothing but all about idea to execution. So these 3 questions, if you get an answer, there is a business case to start and explore. So for startup, in our experience, we have seen product approach will work very efficiently in the sense, how an organization, how a company develop the product. In the same way, if the business is also developed by following the product approach, really it gives an opportunity for entrepreneurs to create a multi-billion-dollar business. So in that, what are the 5 steps, very important steps I wish to touch. In the product approach, there are 5 steps are there. Number 1 is idea stage, where we need to document the idea with the background research. Then the second step, entrepreneurs need to research a bit more on opportunity and the product market fit. In the sense, the business idea, will it fit rightly to the market? The 1 and 2 is the research phase. Okay. Then need to build a MVP, what we call minimum viable product. We shall not get into complexity and try to solve all problems or try to satisfy entire customer. Try to build the best in class product is never worked in the market. I think many startups who's building the digital platforms, who are really working the business, the third phase, generally they do mistake of trying to build a complex product, which confuses the customer as well as create a complexity to the entrepreneur. So here, the third very important point, what I have seen in my experience and where we are successful is building the minimum viable product. So minimum viable product from the entrepreneur side, minimum lovable product we say means with the minimum features, the product should be available to the even the customer. This is the third phase. Once the product is launched, need to look at various learnings, how the product is really working in the market, what are the customer feedback, the customer where they're getting satisfied, where they're getting dissatisfied. I think a lot of learnings is important in the third phase. We call this as a feedback. Then earnings. Earning in the sense, the business model, what you are really looking at, whether the money flows and the profit model really working or not. So fourth phase is very important. So we call validate learning and earnings. Then based on 3 and 4, the product need to be iterated. So in the third phase, you develop the minimum viable product. In case customer feedback is different and market response is different, at this stage, you need to alter the product. So when you created a minimum viable product, it is easy to alter, easy to change to based on the customer requirement. So fifth stage, perfect the product in multiple iterations. Once the perfect iterations is completed, then launch it to wider markets. Then you can expand to various markets to achieve the scale. So this is what we call lean startup approach. I think this is widely proved across the globe. I think definitely make note of this and absorb this approach when you are planning to do any startup or do any product introduction. So the next important, I'm going to talk in 1 or 2 slides on the startups. So what is the next important step in the startup success? Is the innovation. So you all know now young generation is very creative and they are building the models which never heard of in the past. I think our India youth is very creative. Of course, if you give a framework to that, what currently the disruptive businesses, the successful businesses are doing, if you think that way, there are the 5 innovations people are doing. What are the 5 innovations? One is the product innovation. In the product innovation, we talk about introduction of new product or new service. This is called a product innovation. This we all know. Number 2, market innovation. So in the market innovation, how you send your product to the market, how you deliver your product to the customer. So here the market innovation we can call it is Swiggy is one of the good example of the market innovation where they identified the different ways to the reach to send the your food products to the customer, even Instamart as of now. So these are the various market innovations. Then we have 3 in the business model innovation where we are going to talk in the next slides. I will talk on the third point in detail. It is to create a competitive edge. I will speak in the next slide about that. Then fourth is the strategy innovation. I think this is a little bit deeper. So strategy innovation. So how do you, this is not operational in the sense you need to observe what competition is doing. Then you should create a differentiated model as a part of strategy innovation. How do you win the market? Say, for example, I can take one example today. You all know ChatGPT is disrupting. Now Google is at a real risk. We all know. Now Google has to come up with the strategy innovation. So it has to respond to the ChatGPT. So here the strategy innovation will comes into. So we are copying the same ChatGPT version will not give any competitive edge to the Google. So definitely they have to come up with a superior product. They have to come up with a product which really take the customer experience to the next level. I think these are the few things comes under strategy innovation. So management innovation is more of how an organization utilize resources effectively. Maybe call centers can come here and shared services and building the managed services to provide services to outside India. So the different way of doing. I think these are the few things will come under management innovation. I think when any startup is working in that, the entrepreneurs need to think deeply in which innovation suit them better based on their business model, based on their idea, based on their market segment where they are trying to address. So these are the five innovations I wish to share, tell to all of you. Then we talk about business model innovation, the topic today. So this is little bit complex in the nature, in the sense the definitions are a little bit deeper. I will try to simplify what is the business model innovation and what is the business model. So you all know operating model. Operating model in the sense the way businesses are operated. So it is visible. It is clearly visible the operating models. So business model is a framework basically. Here this is the model entrepreneur need to think before starting the business. In the sense here, how a company or your business creates, deliver, and captures value. I think these three is very important. Okay, how this company create a value to the customer, how the company deliver the value to the customer, how the company captures the value. Captures the value means how company gets the profits. Okay, so to make it simple, you can take in this way, how this organization or business or company, what is the model for them to generate the top line? What is the model to generate the bottom line? I will simplify like that. Then if you think deeper, you understand the deeper meanings of that. What is the model to create top line? What is the model to create bottom line? So nowadays we are seeing many e-commerce companies. So they have a business model to create a top line, but as of now they have not identified the model to create a bottom line. We are seeing in Paytm, we are seeing Zomato. Top line is issued, bottom line is not issued. Okay, they might have strategy to do long run, but as of now, in the business model is not complete. I think this is the, in simple sense, what the business model is. So why business model innovation? Now we are going to the next step. What is the business model innovation? Why business model innovation? So here, the important point to note here, businesses are changing very rapidly. In the past, the business model used to change in 50 years once. Now that has come down to 15 years. Now it has come down to 5 years. Say, for example, this is happening mainly because of technology advancement. So the way of doing business, the way of operating business has been completely changed. With the smartphone penetration and customers are accessible to all the information, accessible to all the products, and accessible to global level what is happening. So customer expectations are changing day by day, and organizations are moving day by day with the technology disruption. So in this scenario, the business model innovation is very important. Okay, say for example, for simplicity, I take example of travel and Uber. Okay, so we all know maybe 50 years back, the travel agent and car travels used to exist. Okay, so that model was there 25, 30 years. But when Uber, Ola has come, that got disrupted. So now we don't know how this is going to change in the next one. So business model lifespan become less. Hence, the business need to innovate on the business model apart from the product and services. So the business model innovation is needed, critical to be ahead in the competition. Like just now I said, the simple example of ChatGPT and Google. So it tried to address the three important points. So what type of business model innovation is required, businesses need to understand to achieve breakout performance and to mitigate the risk for their core business, and also understand how to build the capability, internal capability, and also to scale up the new business models. I think these are the few things comes under business model innovation. So what are the various approaches? I said, okay, business model innovation you talked about, and what is that? How do we know what business model? What should be our thinking to do this? Okay, so there are four very good approaches businesses follow in business model. Okay, that is called reinventor approach, adapter approach, maverick approach, and adventure approach. Okay, what reinventor approach talks about? In the reinventor approach, so the business entity, it reimagines the existing business in the sense, so that entity do not believe the current way of doing business is right. Okay, say for example, one good example is Netflix. Okay, so maybe in the olden days, DVDs were there, and people used to take DVD on rental and view the movie, right? But Netflix, initially it was a DVD rental service platform. Then it realized and reimagined the existing business and got into streaming platform. This is one of a very good example to understand the reinventor approach. Adapter approach, just do small changes to the existing business model, get some incremental advantage, and be a differentiator is the adapter. So it believes the current model and do small changes. Maybe Amazon Prime is one of the examples. So Amazon initially is not in the Prime business. They were e-commerce platform. So they looked at their various customers, looked at the Netflix, and they have started Amazon Prime, which has created for them one more revenue stream. That is the adapter approach. Maverick approach talks about complete disruption. So that is what Uber, I think already I told just now. Uber is one good example, is a disruptive business model. It brought the shared economy in the sense, I really love Uber and Ola business model, mainly because it made taxi and car travel affordable to bottom of the pyramid people. Even the farming labor who earns 300 to 500 rupees, or urban labor who earns 500 to 600 rupees, also can get a taxi ride as a part of his day-to-day, which was not there in the earlier. I think the disruptive models bring the equality in the society and democratize the way of living. I think really I like this Uber model, so which has come out of from the Maverick approach. Then lastly, adventure approach. Adventure approach is nothing but experimental. So they do different experiments. Say for example, Google, one of our example, they encourage employees to work on passion project. So their employee can decide on what project he wants to work. So with the 20% of his time, he can work on the project what he likes. I think these are the four approaches entrepreneurs need to think. Not only entrepreneurs, the employees who are working in the big organizations need to remember this framework, which will help them to disruption in the business model. So those are the approaches. Then what are the business model innovations? Means, okay, one is that definitely, of course, I do approach. It will give you one more support where I need to work. So there are the four ways you can look at. Definitely, one innovation can happen in B2B, right? So in B2B, there is a new ways of delivering value to other businesses. Here, customer is the other business. Say, for example, software company, which develops the platform that allows other business to manage their supply chain efficiency more efficiently. So this is the one example we can look at the B2B model innovation. When you come to B2C, of course, we are all experiencing B2C is the highest level of model innovation is happening. So you can take any e-commerce platform from Paytm to Swiggy to, I think B2C, a lot of innovation is happening now. Then on-demand. On-demand is one business model innovation we can consider. It's a new ways of delivering the value in real time. Means, in e-commerce, maybe a year back, so your order takes 2 days, 3 days. After putting the order, you need to wait. Now many models are coming, instant deliveries. So Instamart comes up and say, I'll give you in a 10 minutes delivery. So it is more from the customer on demand. So it delivers value in real time rather than pre-scheduled basis. So this is one business model innovation. Lastly, subscription model. So maybe Netflix you subscribe so that you can watch n number of movies. In the agriculture, farmer advisory services uh, provided by various Agri apps, like even Agri app also, on monthly subscription basis. So these are the 4 business model innovations we can look at to understand the business in deeper. So now comes to the, I think now we'll come to the agriculture. So we understood what is the business model, why business model innovation is required, what are the 4 approaches. So what are the different types of model innovations? Now come to agriculture, how this business model innovation is relevant, how the business model innovation is really working. So let us see that. So why business model innovation is required in agriculture? So you know agriculture is a complex, right? So it depends on weather, then a lot of supply chain inefficiencies. There are the high production cost. So these problems are very unique. I think if you want to address really these unique needs, so existing models, traditional models definitely will not work, which need to look at the business model. Innovation is a must in agriculture. And the second thing you all aware, efficiency and productivity is at a very lower side when compared to globally. So I think definitely agriculture should look at the new technologies and processes that improves the way crops are grown, harvested and sold. And third is to create a value for customer. Here customers in the sense, here customers of different customers. We have seen the initially. Agriculture customers are industry, people like us, and equipment manufacturers everywhere. So if you want to create a more value for them, sustainable farming practice is important, new products and services are important, and quality produce is important. If you want to attain these 3, definitely existing models definitely will not solve. There's a need for business model innovation. And lastly, to stay competitive in the changing market scenario, cost-effective farming, high yield crop yields, and reduce wastages. To make that happen, definitely business model innovation is a need. So we will try to see what are the opportunities, what are the ways we can look at business model innovation opportunity in agriculture. We see like this way. What are the changing trends that are happening in agriculture? Where business model innovation possibility is there? What are the technology trends is changing in agriculture? What is the business model innovation opportunities there? So we will look this subject from this framework. So if you see here, so these are the 5 very important trends is coming in the agriculture. One is the sustainable agriculture, and farmers are working or aspiring to enhance their profitability. There is inclusive economics in the sense where everyone wants to participate in the business model, organic farming, and also calories to nutrition to health. These are the 5 trends we have seen in the agriculture business, which is expected by the customers. So in sustainable agriculture, the business model innovation opportunity I look at mostly like new farming practices with the precision agriculture and eco-friendly, which helps to reduce use of pesticide and chemicals. This is the one business model innovation is required today for India. To enhance the profitability, how do you partner with farmers and producers is one of the key. So say for example, here I'll say contract farming is one of the important initiative which need to accelerate in India to include farmers also as a partners. So here in my point, contract farming just not alone, just contract farming with the inclusion. Then organic farming is one opportunity because now consumers are very cautious about their health. Organic farming is going to emerge as one of the big business opportunity. So creating new business models focused on organic farming, and providing organic products to consumers is the one business model innovation people can look at. Then conscious calories to nutrition health. I think these both are more interrelated. Organic farming can be looked at more from the crop side. What are the opportunities? Here, nutrition health, we can look at more how do you support the humans with the nutrition and health. So what are the technologies in agriculture and where the business model innovation can be done? So I think in the previous slide, we talked about various digital platforms. I have shown you many companies who worked very aggressively, startups, and creating the value in the Agri value chain. So digital platforms emerged as one of the very important business model innovation in agriculture. My company, where Agri also is a digital platform, which supports farmer with the farm advisory, which support the farmers with the input supply, we support the farmer with the precision agriculture practices, we support the farmer with the drone sprays. All the activities we run through digital platform. So I think this is the one, and there's a big opportunity. People can explore various digital platforms to create value in the agriculture. The second is AgriTech. So in the AgriTech technology to help the farmer to increase their health and also automate their farming practices and reduce the need for the manual labor. This is the area where technology innovation can be done. Of course, precision agriculture, where farmers precisely control the amount of the resources like water and control the inputs like fertilizer and other inputs so that they will optimize and reduce the cost of cultivation and enhance the yield. This is the third area where the big opportunity is there. Then fintech is one. You know now, farmer accessibility to finance is one of the biggest challenge to the farmer. So where fintechs have come up aggressively in urban area, now it is moving to even rural areas as well. But still it is untapped. Fintech is a big opportunity. How do we lend the farmer? How do we collect the money from the farmer effectively? Is one of the business model innovation yet to happen. However, the government is very supportive in many companies who are taking up the fintech in the farming space. I think this space definitely agri entrepreneurs can look at. Platform economy, platform economy here, what I'm talking about is the marketplace. Okay, so it is an enhanced version of the digital platforms. I say, platform is the ecosystem where all stakeholders can participate and support each other and simplify the process of buying and selling and get a better experience with the less effort. So we can consider marketplaces enabling farmers to sell their output, and also the same platform which enable farmer to buy inputs and services along with fintech. If you create a complete platform economy for the farmers and agriculture, will be one of the biggest opportunity in the business model innovation. So these are the few things are going to emerge more from the business model innovation. So that new thinking is emerging is all our entrepreneurs. So in the sense, how the businesses engage all partners from employees to customers and provide a share of profit to everyone. So of course, employees now, they are taken on the ESOPs. They have been given equity shares to create a ownership. So employees already get an experience or feeling an experience of being entrepreneurs in the system. But there are few models we are seriously thinking, how do we make customer is also one of my partner. So I call a shared economy principle. We need to explore, but if someone can do customer as one of my partner, then his lock-in is very high. Then market price prediction is one of very important. So currently, farmers, the biggest challenge is that the output price, what is to be at the time of harvest is one of the biggest problem. So if we can do right model innovation and use technology to predict the market price at the different times of the year, then we can do backward integration. Accordingly, the production and the farming and crop planning can be done. So I think this is the one. If somebody crack this, this will really help the entire country and the farmers. And thirdly, agile agriculture system is one of important thing in the sense. So now we follow a very standard type of agriculture. In the sense, the paddy crop will work for 6 months, and sugar can we grow for 15 months. So it is very standard. It is not a customer driven. So agile agriculture system means we need to be very flexible. How manufacturing industry is very flexible to manufacture different product. Agriculture also should be agile. For that, definitely, we need to look at unification of various existing systems and also bring technology to bring the real-time production plans. So these are the few ends. Maybe I request all of you make note of this and go deeper and understand. You get a lot of insights because the time is limited. I can't go on every topic very deeper. So I think business model innovation, hope in the during question answer session we can cover. So my time is up to 6:45. I think this is the last, another 2 slides. So in the business model innovation, what is the way? It is not easy in the sense government need to support and people also have to take active participation. So if you ask me what is the national level priority for business model, basically I'm talking more from the national level priority, I'm talking more from the government side. So government need to provide incentive for farmers to adopt the new technology. We have subsidies, but the subsidies are not used effectively. So government has to come up with the right incentive structure for the farmers to adopt the technology. And incubation centers and accelerators to be aggressively created to support agri-tech startups. And tax incentives are to be given to the company who are working on agri-tech. Investing in R&D, this is very important. So good tax incentives are required. And also government need to create robust digital infrastructure to support the use of technology in agriculture. These are the few things shall be national level priorities. However, current government is working towards this direction. But however, the need is much higher. So in the global level priority, India shall look at partnership and collaboration with other countries to share the knowledge and best practice in agri-tech. Israel is the one country definitely we can look at, okay, to look at agri-tech industry experiences. So local level priorities, here we talk about more individual level. Farmers and other agriculture stakeholders shall prioritize their investments and adopt the technologies quickly in both data-driven tools and to improve the crop yields and reduce the waste and increase the profitability. I think with this, my presentation is come to an end. So if somebody looking really to start the agri-tech business or explore, in my view, there are the 5 key take-home messages if you want to be successful in agri-tech. Identify the pain points of farmers and create innovation solutions to address them. This is what we talked in the first slide, problem, solution. Identify the problem, create a solution, and create a profitable model. Focus on the business model innovation. This is very important. And operating model innovation to create a successful business. Third is avoid mistakes and focus on creating sustainable. Don't try to make quick wins. Quick wins never come in the business. So you have to believe in the creating a sustainable growth. Partnering and collaboration is important. Partner with the farmer, retailers. Without collaboration, the network effect will not create. Leverage the technology. Believe the technology and leverage the technology. Say AI, ML, big data to optimize farm and operation. These are 5. If you look at, definitely you can explore deeper thinking and come up with a good agri-tech opportunity. So I conclude saying that agriculture in India has several challenges, but that is a big opportunity as well. AgTech is providing the promising solution with the increased support of government investors and startup, the agri sector is going to boom. It will create a promising future for the country and the youth. So I see after software, I'm seeing AgriTech is going to be next big growth and wealth creator to the country as well as to the youth, both in urban and rural. I think this is what Sharon and Bhupesh, I completed my this thing. Hope I'm on time. 5 minutes late I started, so I completed the 5 minutes.
Right, sir. Right, sir. We thank you so much, sir, for such a deep, knowledgeful insight. That was really embarking for our participants. And with that, I would also like to thank Agri App Technologies and Kriyagen for powering and supporting this event. Thank you, sir, once again. Moving ahead, we have a few questions for you, sir, in the chat box.
Okay.
I'll read out those and you can help us to answer them.
Yeah, please.
Yes, sir. So this is a question from Deep Prabha. So the question is, can you suggest some BMI for startups on dairy farming?
Pardon, can you repeat if you don't know?
So the question is, can you suggest some BMI for startups on dairy farming?
So with my experience in few dairy farming, I have seen business model innovation. Now you see, the biggest problem is providing the milk in timely quality milk. You know, now the biggest problem is that, okay? So if you partner with some cooperative movement, so especially now I'm seeing that one of my first started organic milk, okay? So wherein you need to create some farmer groups and partner them as a part of your business model. So in the sense, how do you share some of the profits you get from the dairy? How do you give it to them? Is one definitely you can look at. And also banks are coming forward, especially FPOs, farmer producing organization, if you create, and you get a lot of incentives from the government. So combining these two, definitely you can create a business model innovation to make this business profitable and scalable.
So there is one more question, sir. So person wants to know regarding the skills or tools that is mandatory to learn if you want to pursue a career trajectory based on precision agriculture, machine learning, analytics.
So now actually precision, see, AI/ML is emerging. We are seeing in the precision agriculture is, of course, for agriculture, we need not do any AI/ML separately. If you go through AI/ML course in regular, it will work. But precision agriculture as a topic, you need to understand there's a lot of where I think a lot of streams were there. Okay, say for example, in the precision agriculture, either you can look at advisory using the satellite imagery, or you can look at advisory by using the drones, or you can use the sensors. You have to pick up the one area. If you really want to do business, you have to pick up the area and work towards it is one. If you want to work as an employee, so definitely with agriculture background, now if you do any AI/ML course, will broaden your horizon and you can decide which direction you can go.
There's another question, sir. How can we know about people's need if we are new in business or our idea is new in market?
Okay. So I think that's a very good question. So when the new idea always, sometimes it will be disruptive. Okay. I think first I'll appreciate the guy who has asked me the question. So how do you know? In the sense, there's one framework is there. When it comes to your mind is a new idea, maybe many people also might be thinking. So we should not think I only got this idea in my dream. No. So there are the we call there the two needs, stated and unstated. Means customers state some needs, some customers do not state some need. So when you do interaction with the customer and express your thought process, they will come forward and say for example, I'll take Uber example. Say for example, at the time there are the travels. But if you go and ask your servant maid, do you want to travel in the car? Definitely she should have said yes. I'm interested to travel. But okay. Then if the people work on that, how to do? Maybe somebody, it might be surprising Uber idea at that time. Okay. So the customer feedback is important thing. However, I told you there is an iteration model. Any idea with the research, then create a minimum viable product, then do iteration, that framework will come. But first phase is the research.
And another question, sir. Most of the farmers are losing their income due to post-harvest losses, that is 33%. But post-harvest industry, post-harvest includes many operations. So how AgriTech can help farmers, because the farmers are not much awarded and educated. So how can we achieve this challenge with a solution?
Actually, in agriculture, I will say these are all problems are the big opportunities, very big opportunities. But it is not a straight answer. So that only I was talking, innovation is required. Definitely innovation is required. Say for example, if the to come out the post-harvest losses, you need a warehouses in the village level. So when you create a village level warehouses, definitely you can do. But you might ask me, creating warehouse is very costly. So I'll give a small idea. Maybe in the villages, many houses are there. If someone comes up with the idea, I will take a house on rent. I will store the farmer products, which is not perishable. Then every village I have a small warehouse. Then warehousing is created. For the perishable goods, Waycool is the one startup they started. So perishable goods, you need a different structure. But other goods, so I'll put it this way. This answer is not straight. If answer is straight, business would have already created. So that when we are talking business model innovation. So existing model will not work here. Definitely you have to look at the new model. So actually a good question. If you go back and see, search some Google, or you can nowadays you can ask ChatGPT straight question. It might give you answer also.
And another question, sir. Can you recommend any startups regarding horticultural branch like fruit science?
No, I didn't get that. Sorry, I didn't get
Yes, not a problem. Can you recommend any startups regarding horticultural branch in fruit science or something like that? So,
I will tell you. You just go to the other question exactly. Because fruits and vegetable, Ninja Cart is the one they were doing very well. Ninja Cart is the 1 billion valued company. Okay, Ninja Cart is the right example.
can you give your insight on grain packaging business model? What are the steps one should follow for successful grain packaging business?
Grain, huh?
Yes, sir.
I think quickly I can't answer, because if I answer, I should answer right. Okay, I will take the question. Just you send it to me. I will share to him in detail. Okay.
Okay, sir. Just one last question, sir. How to identify early adopters in the target market for verifying MVP?
So basically, I suggest your POC in the sense proof of concept is very important. So then to select a few groups. That's what we have done to identify early adopter. You have to go with the sampling and picking up the different customer segments and put your idea and see. Then you understand. Then you understand the various customer segments who are early adopters, who are the next followers. From that, you can populate the idea which market you want to segment, where you want to work.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. We really thank you so much, sir, from Team AgMatrix and all the participants for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
I think Dr. Basu also joined. Basu, you can
Yes,
say
sir.
a few things to be very useful.
Thank you. I think I'm sorry I could not connect. Thank you, Sridhar, for giving the insights on business model innovation. Thank you, Dr. Preeti Savairam, for connecting Sridhar, Agri app, and an entire the class of AgriTech distinguished entrepreneurs and audience. I have nothing much to say except thank you. And if there are any one or two questions, more than happy, because already I think we have exhausted scheduled 45 minutes time.
Right, sir. So before proceeding, I would like to give a small introduction of yours, if you please allow me.
Well, I think I'm an Agri entrepreneur, and Sridhar has mentioned he's running AgriTech piece of the startup. I'm BSc Agri, MSc Agri, PhD Agri. I totally agree for sustainable agriculture, and I've been doing 15 years of enterprising since my PhD. So, well, that's a bit of introduction, and I would like to take one or two any business model innovation question or agri-tech questions. I was listening many questions, beautiful questions, which Sridhar, my colleague, has handled beautifully.
Right, sir. If anyone has any questions, they can put in the chat box, or they can also raise their hands. Until then, so I'll introduce you as well. So we welcome you, sir. Sir, Dr. Basu Grenawar is Chief Scientist and Managing Director at Kragen Agri and Biotech Private Limited and Agri App Technologies Private Limited. And sir has done his PhD in Horticulture Sciences from Texas and Texas A&M University. Sir has been awarded with Udyog Ratna Award from Institute of Economic Studies, Bangalore in 2014. Sir has also led diverse teams of professionals to new levels of success in a variety of highly competitive industries, cutting-edge markets, and fast-paced environments. So now Dr. Basu would be open for questions. So if anyone is have any queries, they can ask right now. Right. So Vani, you can ask your question. You can unmute and please ask your question. If possible, switch on your camera as well. Or Ame, you can.
Hello.
Yes,
Can you hear me? Yeah. This is Vani. See, can I speak to Sridhar sir?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, Sridhar sir. Hello.
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, Sridhar sir is there. Hello.
Yes.
Hi sir, Basavaraj sir. Good evening. And Sridhar
Yeah,
sir.
good evening. Please tell. Yeah.
Yeah. Sridhar sir, can you hear me?
You're audible.
Yeah. Hi sir. Sir, I'm very happy to see you again. See, I hope we didn't met personally. See, I am a ex-zonal trainer of Vijayawada and Kadapa in Coromandel. So I'm very happy to see you, sir. So I think I met one time in Basavaraj sir in online meeting in Coromandel only. I think that product meeting. I think so, product training meeting.
Thanks,
So I'm very happy to see you, sir. And congratulations, sir. And all the best, sir. Sir, one question, sir. In Agri App Technology, is there any kind of activities related to climate smart agriculture?
Sir, we are working on it. As of now, we have satellite image. We are working. Maybe Dr. Basu is the right person to talk about technology. Maybe we have a lot of plans, Vani. What we do, of course, we know each other. We can talk over phone also. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. And Basavaraj, sir. So in your team, it's a great product.
Yes, we have this one of the priority in there. So.
Yes, sir. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sridhar, sir, and Basavaraj, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ani. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sridhar. Thank you again for the amazing presentation, and thank you all. I think we overran the given time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhupesh. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so much, sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Shiva,
Thank you
sir.
so much,
Thank you,
sir.
Taufik, sir.